Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is I want to point out a few things and stuff like that to give this information to anybody that wants to do their own investigation to the JFK assassination case or look at, certain things, stuff like that. I want to point out some facts right here. So whoever goes to Dealey Plaza today, okay, if you go to Daley Plaza today, things to look for, okay, and things not to look for while you're there. As I pointed out, and I just made a video, I've already eliminated all these locations of a gunman, okay? These are facts now. There is no gunman behind the picket fence area or anywhere else as we see these X's on this map. No gunmen were in these locations whatsoever. But they want to portray that and they want to continue that. Now, I want to show you some difference between the thing, between what back then and now. Okay. Now, when you go to JFK assassination location, Dealey Plaza there, okay, there's things you have to look out for, okay, and you have to understand the way it is now, what we're seeing now, what we're seeing from back then, okay. A lot of people, when they look at this film, okay, like this Pruder film, they look at this marquee on this building right here. That building's still there, as you see right here. That's the building right here. That's right here. The marquee is no longer there. All right. So the building's still there, as you see. This is the building. This is the marquee that was right here. The marquee was on this right here. The building's still there. It's just the marquee is gone. That was black and white lettering right here. That's gone. It's still there, but a lot of people says that they can see it moving around in the Zapruder film. So it was added into the Zapruder film, but it wasn't. As you see here, there are also half signs right here, and it was turned different ways. It was actually up here. These posts here was actually across the street right here. This sign was not even there during the time of assassination. This sign was added on years later, as you see here. Okay, there was no lamp post right up here too, which we see a lamp post right there now as well. So I just want to show you some facts here. So if you ever decide to go to Dealey Plaza and stuff like that, you can look up certain things and everything else, and you can get more of an understanding. Okay, get more of an understanding. Just like when we look at these right here. Okay, let's look. Bring up this right here. We'll bring this up right here. Now, back then, okay, the lamp post was actually on the concrete on the sidewalk here. There's a sidewalk right here. The sidewalk here. This is where actually the lamp posts were at the time of the assassination of JFK. See where this bag is right here? If you watch my curve switch, I'll zoom in. Okay, this location here is where the original lamp post was standing, as you see right here. The original lamp post was standing right here, but they moved it back into the grass area, and that's where it's at today. So see, we had to take this look into consideration, just like me, when I took this in consideration when I was there, and I was standing right here, and I was looking at it, I was like, okay, the lamppost, this is the lamppost, but this lamppost was not here, it was actually out here at the time. And I took this in consideration when I was doing my research when I was there and stuff, because these are things I look at. Just like right here, which I'll show you right here, as you see a lamppost here, one here, and another one right here. Whoops, let's go back, and I'll zoom in. You'll see this lamppost here, and right here, and right here. Okay, back then, there was no lamppost in this section right here. As you see right here, there was no lamppost right here. Okay, there was no lamppost in this section right here back then during the time of the assassination of JFK. And also, as you see right here, see this is concrete right here? Well, today they actually have it as grass now, which, let me pull up, let's see, right here. Yeah, I'll pull this one up right here. Which right here at one point was concrete. As you see right here, this is concrete, and this is concrete over here. Well, now what they did was they actually, concrete should have been right about in this location here, and all this should have been concrete. Now it's all grass right here. So again, like I said, I'm pointing out these facts and stuff like that. So whoever goes to Dealey Plaza today, they will know this information and know what to look for and what not look for. Because like I said, when you're doing an investigation, you have to put yourself back in 1963. You can't do an investigation by looking at everything as we see it today. Okay, we can't do that. Now, I also want to bring this up right here, which is the location where Mary Moments was taking her photo at. I want to show you the difference between back then and now. Okay, as you see right here in the Mormon photo, which I'll zoom in. Okay, and I'll zoom in right here for a minute. As you see right here, okay, this is totally different now. This is totally different now. Actually, with all the people walking on this location, walk around this location, and everything else like that, it wore down a lot. As you see here, the bushes used to come straight across right here, and how it's actually in an even flow coming down the hillside there. But now, as you see it here today, which, like I said, it's quite a few years later now, 50 something years, 55 years later. As you see, it comes to here and then it drops down more right here. So we're actually seeing more of the wall right here, and the bushes are more down here now. Okay, so this is totally different as well. That's why when you look at an image and stuff, and people says, "Oh well, you're not lining up right. You're not doing this right. You're not doing that right." You got to take consideration the 55 years. Just like when we look at this tree right here, that's this tree right here. As you see, when it's first starting out 50 plus years ago, it's down here by the fence level. Okay, the bushes and the tree limbs and stuff is down here by the fence level. But as you see now, 55 years later, now the limbs and stuff like that are up on this level here. As you see how far it's above the picket fence area now. Just like this right here, you see a little bit right here of the trees in the far background. But now look at it today. Look how much has grown up right here since here. Just like you sit there, look at this tree right here. That's this tree right here. Okay, look how much has grown. It's already grown way up to here now. And it's spread it out a lot more now too as well. Okay, these are things you have to look at, just like right here. When we look at this right here. Now you look at this tree right here and you see this right here, and these are small trees right in these locations, but they're really not big. But now we can see this is tree right here is right here. You see where the leaves are along the line right here, where the branches are and the leaves and stuff like that. Now look at it 55 years later. It's not down here no more. It's up here. So again, these are things we have to look at. And like I said, I'm pointing out these facts here. So whoever goes to Dealey Plaza today and they want to try and look at these certain locations, you also have to take consideration of what it looked like back then. If you're trying to piece everything and what it looks like today, it's going to be a lot harder to do because you're going to get different information from it. But if you look at the difference between back then and now, and you knew that information, you got that information, so when you do the investigation even there today, you will say, okay, well, I got to take consideration that like this tree line here. Okay, see this tree line right here. Well, we got to take consideration it was down here at the time, if you watch my cursor. So all these tree limbs and stuff like that was actually down at this level here. These trees were a lot smaller, okay? We had to take all that in consideration. Right here, like I said, we look at this and said, okay, well, from this point to this point is longer now than what it was from back then from this point to this point here, because now the grass area is down this location here. And then as you see right here, this all been wearing out from people walking. So now we got the bushes, instead of coming straight down like this and stopping here, it's coming down and then drops down like right here. You can see it comes right to here, and then it stops and then it drops down. So it's coming out to here, stop, then drop down this way, as we're seeing here. And we're seeing more of the retaining wall now than we did back then. And like I said, when you're looking at something like this too, like I said, you take a look at this, you say, well, here's the tree line right here of the branches and the leaves and the trees and stuff right here. Okay, now when we look at it this way, and remember the outline, which I'm going to show you this, okay, because this is one thing I noticed too when I was there and I was trying to study this. See where the so-called badge man was, okay? This location here is that's because there was this tree line right here, these trees and stuff, these branches was down here by the fence. So they're going to do this outline right here. Okay, they're going to do this outline. Remember, there's trees right here in this location as well. There's little trees sticking right here, which is on this side of the fence as well. We have to take consideration. Now your badge man today, here he is right here. There's your badge man today. Back then, it was right down here. Okay, I just revealed something a lot of people don't know. Here is your badge man today right here. This is your badge man right here. That's this right here. See this right here? That's this right here. This is your badge man. That's right. That's right. Yep, right here. Here's your badge man. Right here. Which I'll make another video on that, and I'll just go into that later. But there's your badge man. I just want to make a video and just go over some facts into the JFK assassination and show people that when you're looking at this location, it's like right here. Let me pull this up real quick. When you're looking at this, remember this. Excuse me, I got to take a drink. When you take a look at this, like this telephone pole here, this lamppost here, and they said, well, there's no way that he can line up a shot there because, whatever. But you also have to take consideration that this lamppost wasn't here. It was over here at the time of the assassination of JFK. So this pole was not here. It was over here. You have to take this in consideration, as I point out. Just like right here, from here down was concrete. Now it's all grass. So see, you have to look at both the way it was back then and now, and then you have to figure out, as an investigator or researcher doing an investigation to this case, you have to figure out where these proper things were back then and look at it from back then and visualize it from back then. Don't visualize it from what you see today, because what you see today can throw you off into investigations. I just want to make this video here, give out a little bit more information and stuff like that. Always in the description down below, you find a site where you can order my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, the only book you ever need in JFK assassination. Don't forget that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Share this information and other information from my other videos on your social medias and stuff so everybody may know this information. Thank you, and you all have a pleasant, pleasant day.